You're listening to the 10-minute podcast challenge that will prove every place is the same. Welcome your host, the irreverent, the cosmopolitan, the wicked, Daniela Vlaskalik.
Hello, and welcome to Every Place Is The Same. I am very, very happy to have my guest today, Kevin Kruchkywich. Hello, Kevin.
Hello, Daniela.
Now, Kevin.
Yes.
You have spent some time, actually you were born and raised, I believe, in Lethbridge, Alberta. Is that correct?
Yes, I was born and raised in Lethbridge, Alberta.
Tell me about that.
Being born and raised?
About Lethbridge.
Oh, Lethbridge. Lethbridge is an interesting small city because it's surrounded by a lot of First Nations reserves.
Yes.
It's also where the Mormons sort of first came into that area when they were kicked out of the United States. So there's a huge Mormon population. There's a large Hutterite population, and it is also in that buckle of the Bible Belt. There's a lot of evangelicals there. So there's a real crazy mix.
So you've got a mix of all kinds of different people believing in many different things.
Yes, very strongly.
Okay. Now, you've also spent some time in Munich, Germany. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Tell me about Munich.
Munich, Germany it's in the province of Bavaria in the south of Germany.
Yes.
A beautiful city that was rebuilt after the war, so it looks like it's the 1700s, but that was all really built again in the 50s.
A lot of churches.
There's a lot of churches.
Religious, would you say?
I believe it would be fairly religious, yes.
So a lot of spiritual things happening in Munich as well.
I believe there probably is.
Yes, there is.
Okay,
That's
there
very
is.
similar, isn't it?
I guess.
Yes.
I mean, I guess you could say that about any place.
I don't know about that, but I
Okay.
can say that for sure about Lethbridge and Munich.
Okay.
So would you say, Kevin, that Lethbridge, Alberta and Munich, Germany are the same?
No.
Really?
Well, really.
Interesting. Because today, on Every Place Is The Same, we're going to prove that Lethbridge, Alberta and Munich, Germany are in fact the same.
Okay.
And you're going to help me.
We'll see about that.
Well, we've already begun.
Okay.
Okay, so let's talk dinosaurs.
Okay.
Tell me about dinosaurs.
Well, they're large sort of reptilian beasts that were around before we were on the planet.
Dinosaurs in Lethbridge?
Yeah, in the general vicinity, yeah. I'm sure a few wandered through in their time.
Dinosaur Museum?
Yeah, well, in the Tyrrell Museum that's in Drumheller.
Right.
But
it's close.
Yeah.
A lot of dinosaur fossils were found in the Lethbridge area.
That's
Is that
true.
correct?
That is true, yes.
So many, in fact, that they had to build a museum.
Sure. I mean, we'll see where you're heading, but I'm going to say tenuous already, but...
Paleontological Museum in Munich.
Oh, is there one?
98% of fossils found in and around the area of Munich have been found to have unparalleled preservation.
Really?
Yes.
Really? So lots of Bavarian dinosaurs.
Lots of Bavarian dinosaurs.
Interesting.
So, dinosaur fossils, very popular in both areas.
Well, it seems so, yeah.
Similar, isn't it?
Well, yeah, sure. I mean, yeah, I guess.
Yes, dinosaurs.
Right.
Not everyone can claim to have had dinosaurs in their yard.
No, that's true. Like Venice, say, wouldn't be able to do that.
No. How would they get there?
I know, it's nothing but water.
Let's discuss gardens.
Okay.
The Nika Yuko Japanese Garden.
Yes.
In Lethbridge, Alberta.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's a traditional Japanese garden there in Lethbridge.
West Park in Munich.
Uh-huh.
Beautiful Japanese garden.
Okay.
So Japanese gardens, places of tranquility, we can say, in both places.
Yes.
It's interesting, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Very similar.
Yeah, I guess the Japanese get around.
Kevin, is your thumb green?
A little bit green.
So you enjoy a nice garden?
I do enjoy a nice garden. Yeah, I do.
Do you like to get lost, Kevin?
Yeah, I do when I'm traveling, yeah.
How about...
Not when I'm not traveling. Then I hate getting lost.
How about in a corn maze?
Yeah, I have done a corn maze.
What is a corn maze? It's
a field of corn that they've carved a maze into. I don't know why they don't sell the corn for money, but they just basically carve out, and then you usually in the fall you can run around in a corn maze.
Have you been able to find your way out?
Yes, which is evident by me being here today.
Luitpold Park, a hedge maze.
Mm-hmm.
Have you been to that maze?
I haven't been to that maze because I'm not into hedge mazes.
Only corn mazes.
Only corn mazes are very different.
And yet, you say you have a green thumb.
Yeah, yes, I do. What does that mean?
Why do people like a maze, do you think?
I think it's a little bit scary of getting lost. You don't know what's around the corner. Yeah.
You don't know what could come out of the hedge or the corn.
That's true, yeah.
Children, for example.
Children could come out of the corn, yeah.
Or the hedge.
Well, I don't know if there's hedge children. I know there's children of the corn.
There is.
Okay.
Do you like sculptures?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Talk to me about some of the sculptures in Munich.
Oh, there's a beautiful, it's a giant sculpture called Bavaria, looking over the meadow where they have Oktoberfest. And then beyond that, the sort of central core of old Munich. And she's there with a lion at her side and a big sword, and she's quite a powerful, sort of Grecian-looking figure.
The Papokan Sculpture Park in Lethbridge.
Uh-huh.
Have you been there?
I haven't.
Beautiful sculptures.
Yeah, it came along after me.
Over 25 sculptures from artists across the country.
A whole 25?
Yes.
That's a lot.
So if you enjoy sculptures, you can really find them in both places.
Yeah. Yep.
Ancient or contemporary.
That's true.
Street art.
Yeah.
Popular?
On most streets, yeah. In most major cities.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes.
Sometimes, but not always.
No.
No.
But certainly
Certainly.
in Lethbridge and Munich.
Well, Lethbridge isn't a big city. I don't know if there's a lot of street art in Lethbridge.
There is.
Okay.
Clocks.
Oh, okay.
The clock tower in Lethbridge.
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
Yeah.
It's iconic, apparently.
Okay. I don't know if we're known for our clock tower. But I mean, you've done the research.
I have.
I've only just lived there.
It's well known, apparently.
Okay.
It's been there a long time.
It has, yeah.
It has a lot of coverage.
Coverage.
People like to talk about keeping time in that clock tower.
Yes.
Is it tricky, do you think?
Well, it's old. I'm sure they have someone designated to make sure it's
They
on
do.
time. Yep.
How about the clock tower in Munich?
Sure.
Tricky, do you think?
Do you think that you're talking about the big sort of
Yes.
glockenspiel?
The glockenspiel.
Yeah. Yes. It's way more complex. And there's little dancing people, and it's in a Gothic building on a medieval street.
But someone is devoted to looking after it.
I think there's probably many people devoted to looking after it.
So 2 clocks that have personal care.
Sure. I mean, I also have to take care of my alarm clock, but I don't know if I'm the same as Munich.
Or Lethbridge.
Or Lethbridge.
You're no clock master, it sounds like.
No, my alarm often doesn't go off.
Kevin, have you ever had your glockenspiel?
I have had my glockenspieled.
Now, Lethbridge has some claims to fame.
Mm-hmm.
The longest, highest trestle bridge
Yes.
in the world.
It's true.
What is a trestle bridge for our international listeners?
A trestle bridge. The train runs right along the top, and there's no walkways along the side. It's simply a train track right on top of trestles, which are sort of, so I guess you could equate them to what the Eiffel Tower looks like a trestle like that. And there's probably 8 or 10 of those underneath it, and it's just a railway track, and a train just runs across it. There's no other support. Runs right across the coulees.
Now, the trestle bridge, or many trestle bridges, are fashioned after the trestle bridges of Germany and Munich. Why do you think that is?
I don't know. Perhaps it fits the landscape, or the simplicity, or the.
Do you like beer?
I do like beer.
You do?
Yeah.
Oktoberfest.
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
It's a giant festival of beer, where most people, not most, but many people in Munich wear lederhosen, and I think they're called dirndls, the dresses that
Yes.
The women wear, and they wear them like non-ironically, like they're wearing leather shorts for real and drinking liters of beer, like the glasses are a liter. a delicious, delicious beer. Still made the way the monks used to make it in like the 1300s.
So if you like a good beer, you want to get that.
Yes, you do. You really do.
Can you handle your lager,
Yes.
ale,
Yes.
pilsners,
Yep.
IPA,
No.
craft beer
Mm-hmm.
in Lethbridge?
Ah.
Quite popular.
I would assume so. They changed all the laws in Alberta to allow for that, so craft breweries have popped up everywhere in Alberta.
The Hoodoo Brewing Company.
Oh.
What's a hoodoo?
A hoodoo is a land formation. There's a lot of sandstone in southern Alberta, and so the wind and water wear it away, and so you see those really funky sort of towers of land that have been carved out.
Who knew about the hoodoo?
Well, you knew about the hoodoo, so good for you.
Now we all know.
Knowing's half the battle, Daniela.
So people like their beer in Alberta.
They do.
Food and Beer Expo
Yeah.
in Lethbridge.
Yes.
Every year.
Yeah.
Have you attended?
I haven't, actually.
Might be fun.
Yeah, it sounds like fun.
If you like a festival that has beers, you could attend either place.
Yes. Yes, you could.
If you're fascinated by dinosaurs, but you get a little scared, so you need to be tranquil in a Japanese garden. If you want to get lost in a corn maze or a hedge maze, if you're fascinated by sculptures but need to keep track of time, Kevin.
Yeah.
I think you've helped us prove that Lethbridge, Alberta and Munich, Germany are the same.
You know, like when you strip it down and present it that way, it really does sound like I have made Lethbridge sound the same as Munich.
You just listened to Every Place Is The Same, hosted by Daniela Vlascalic and directed by Marco Timpano. If you enjoyed this episode, buy Daniela a coffee. Just go to ko-fi.com/everyplaceisthe-same. That's ko-fi.com. Every Place Is The Same. Until the next time, enjoy your travels.